we're gonna fix John's mic here so you guys can actually hear us. No, I think you're good.
I think I'm good.
Testing, testing. Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
John's back. He's here. How was your trip?
It was good. It was long, but it was good. I part of it, a little over half a week for a business trip, and then a little over half a week visiting family. So it's good to be home, for sure.
Good to have him home. I picked him up last night. Stop barking. I picked him up last night about 7:30.
Yeah.
And he came back to a beautiful day. It is 5 o'clock. And we thought we would say hello to you guys. John is actually going to be cooking on the Blackstone tonight because we're trying to get it all in because we have some crazy weather coming at us for the weekend. But I am actually going to start a fire. I'm going to ask if John will actually move it.
But I'm still always moving it. I had to move it over there last time. Okay, where do you want it?
Just right there in front of that. Just away. Yeah, perfect. So John, it's definitely worse for wear because it's been sitting out. But where did you get this little fire pit?
Well, I got it from Ace, but it's not. It's called like a Blue Sky or something like that. I don't remember what it's called.
Front of it. Where's the front of it?
I don't know.
There we go.
But we got it on sale, and it was cheap. It was like.
Well, I don't think it
remember.
was cheap. I think the guy didn't know what he was selling. Remember, you picked it up for like under like $50.
Yeah, it was whatever it was really cheap. It was like the packaging was all damaged. It might have been cheaper than that. Well, I think it was that Ace had probably a bunch of them. I think they were getting rid of them, or I think maybe somebody ordered it special and had it delivered and then didn't want it, and Ace couldn't return it or something because this package that this was in looked like it had sat outside for 4 years in the sun or something. Like it was just falling apart.
Yeah, I think I'm blinding you guys with the sun. Sorry about that.
But yeah, no, it's super cheap and it works good. It's really meant, it kind of like a solo stove, like as far as like how it does that secondary burn, but it's really meant for pellets, and there's actually lines in it for how far to fill up the pellets, but we just do it with regular wood. So
we actually bought pellets for this, and you just fill them in, and it was like this great, little outdoor pellet stove. And, well, we left the pellets outside and in the bag. And if you know anything about pellets, once they get wet, they kind of expand and they're no good anymore. So I've made it into a wood fireplace, wood burning. I really want a solo stove. Like I've wanted a solo stove for a long time, but I remembered that we had this, and it's like crazy the way that it looks because it's like set outside. But I remember that we had this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use this for right now, and not get a pellet stove, but use this. So.
Or a solo stove.
Solo stove.
And this works really good. I think Carrie wants a little bit bigger solo stove than what this is, but this is so much bigger than that little mini one that she has, and it really does put out a lot of heat. So it's kind of nice. It's probably better suited for like a campsite because it's probably more that size, but because you can kind of travel with it. The base goes inside if you want to travel. For home where it has to stay here, maybe a little bit bigger one would be nice, but this is good. And a bigger one would probably just take more wood anyway.
Yeah, true. So I'm going to show you guys how I get my little fire pit started. I actually have this fire pit, and it was here when we bought the house, and we've used it. I'm not going to lie. We've had friends over, like we've used it. But we have some pretty large like trees that are our neighbors, and I've always I'm worried about like a spark. And this house actually right here that you can see, that house actually burnt down a year ago, last June, and they're just starting to rebuild it. It was a house fire. It was very scary. So since then, I'm kind of not a big fan to do a fire there. And honestly, my whole fire pit is surrounded by mulch, which is flammable. So I like my little contained stove, and doing it on the patio just makes me feel better. So let's start a fire. So John and I bought some wood. We have What did we buy? Did we buy a full cord or did we buy half a cord?
About half cord.
Okay, so we bought a half cord of wood, and the place we were at, they had these fire starters, which I think are so cute. And we bought a box of 4.
Something like that, yeah. Because they're kind of expensive, but they're so cute.
Yeah, John actually bought them because they're just kind of cool looking. So typically to get my fire started, I do use a fire starter. So we're gonna be using one today, and we'll use one of these. Where did we get this kindling from? Like, I don't
Toby.
remember this.
That specific kindling is just shavings off of
Toby, you
wood
gotta
as
move.
I was trying to move. Watch out, as I was trying to cut some stuff down just a little bit at a time, remember?
I love it. All right, I'll start with this. I'll put this over
That
here.
stuff will probably go up really quick. That's
I
just
know.
stuff from the edge of a...
So I'm gonna get my bucket over
shim.
here. So this wood, put it over there, was when we had the half cord of wood delivered. They just dropped it in our driveway, and we had to put it in, you know, like wheelbarrows and everything and get it back here. It's like all the leftover in the driveway, and John's like, what do you want to do with this? And I'm like, I'm saving it for this, yo. So Toby loves it. They actually love like what he's doing right now. They love to grab wood out of it and like go and eat it. Crazy puppies. All right. So you just like, you haven't done this yet, and you did it in our stove.
Yep, so you just light
Go on,
those
Toby.
things. If we have a
I don't think we do. Oh,
lighter,
we do.
that might be the easier way to do it.
See if it has, because I know
If you put it down there, it might, like I wouldn't...
Toby, go. Crazy guy. Oh, it is. It's like a torch.
Nice.
All right. Oh man, I love the smell already. Yeah, those.
Yeah, I'd put the red. Those are just all going to go up really quick. I'd
Okay.
just throw them in.
I love the little starter. It's so fun. Do you guys ever like sit out in your backyard? Do you have little fires? I love it. I love the smell of it. And yeah, we were in a fire band for a while, and the coast never went into one though, I don't think.
I think they did, maybe.
Did they?
I don't know. I thought I heard somebody saying that they were in one at one point. They might not have. I could be wrong on that.
What I really love to do, and nobody can get mad at me for this, I've actually had my identity stolen not that long ago, and it sucks, number one. Something I really love to do is I love to get my fire really hot and burn my mail. Like it drives John nuts. No, I'm not burning plastic. I'm burning paper. And it's basically, I'm burning the paper that is like credit card offers, things like that. So I love to.
If anybody has ever burnt a lot of paper, you know that ash goes everywhere.
But
As soon as there's a little gust of wind, it just goes everywhere.
But I mean, I'm not burning that much. So John and I were in San Diego. How many years ago was that trip?
Probably
We had
3
the
or 4
van.
at least, yeah.
And there we were staying on, what bay was it?
I don't remember.
And the water was so warm, and we were swimming, and we were staying in our van, and it was like the life. It was so fun. And there was this woman that came in. You could tell she was a total local resident. She had her dog with her, and she comes in next to us, and she's just kind of hanging out. And we're like, okay, you know, no big deal. All of a sudden, and this is like June or July in San Diego, so it's pretty warm. And all of a sudden, she starts lighting this fire. No big deal. And she's sitting at the edge of the fire pit, and she takes out this huge plastic bag of mail. And she starts burning her mail. And it was amazing. It was great. And John's just like, you're a nut that you think this is so great. And I'm like, actually, I love it. She's definitely like my person. I'm gonna get John a chair. Do you want to tell him why I'm getting you a chair?
Because she's a nice wife.
Well, John's been struggling with his back a little bit.
Yeah, I have trouble standing just in general anyway, but moving I'm okay, but standing I have a hard time. But yeah, my back's been bothering me a little bit, so standing there while Carrie gets onto her little diatribe about wood and mail burning.
There he is. All right, I have to run in the house and check something. I'm gonna let John hang out with you guys for a minute.
All right, don't know how much hanging out we'll do. You see Jasper down here? He's here only instead of going with Carrie because I have a beer in my hand. So yeah, that's he likes beer as much as I do. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. I did do a little bit of filming. Like I had this really good idea while I was gone that I could film myself sometimes, and then we can kind of kick it back and forth with whatever Carrie was doing at home at that time. But I got to be honest, like I started out the trip doing some of that, and then I kind of got lazier and lazier as the trip went. So, Carrie's the one that really keeps the channel stuff going. So I didn't do maybe my best work on that. But it was pretty good. It was like, I'll have some video that you guys might see. And then I was with my family kind of for stuff that wasn't, really fun. And so, we had a good time visiting still, don't get me wrong, but I didn't film a lot of that, or any of that really. We just kind of hung out and, had some fellowship and, or time of fellowship and getting together and leaning on each other. And so it was really good. So other than that, I don't have much to say. Let me see. Carrie's probably gonna have to edit a lot of this out, right? So as I'm trying to think of stuff, I will say something that here's a story I'll tell that I don't think I've told on this channel. Maybe Carrie will keep it in, maybe she won't. But it was something that people asked me to tell the story when I was in visiting family this trip, and it's a story about when my mom dumped my stepdad's ashes. So we live in the Pacific Northwest. At that time, my mom lived in the Pacific Northwest also, and her husband had died. Oh man, maybe 3 or 4, 5 years before. And she finally decided it was time that she wanted to get rid of his ashes, and so.
Oh my gosh, are you telling the story?
Well, I told him you might cut it out. I don't know.
No, if you're comfortable, I'll leave it in because I think it's a great story.
So she decided it's time to dump his ashes. He loved the Puget Sound, and so she wanted to dump his ashes on the Puget Sound. She said she had like some kind of permit to be able to do this. I don't think do it the way we did it, but she said she had a permit to do it, and so. My suggestion was, because it was cheap and we didn't have a ton of money, why don't we, just pay for a ferry trip, go out on the ferry and dump the ashes. Well, there's a few different things. One, that's kind of weird, right? 2, Carrie was a lot younger, super embarrassed of anything like this.
I was 19.
And at the same time, Carrie was also deadly scared of open water, like even on the Puget Sound and even on this big ferry, she was deathly scared of big water. And that's something that she's kind of gotten over the years, but she was at that time, So we're going out in the water. It's a fairly nice day. It's windy, but it's a fairly nice day, cold, out on the water. We all go outside the, indoor area to the outdoor area and over to the side of the ship. And, my mom is somber and wanting to you know, do this in a very respectful way. And so she starts opening up her purse to grab out this bag of ashes. 'Cause at that point, it's like, great, you guys do this, but I'm not going to be here for it. And so she splits back inside the boat. You know, and my mom takes this bag out and, you know, says a little prayer, opens it all up, and goes to dump it over. And it was a plastic bag. I don't think it was a Ziploc, actually, because it didn't have that support. I think it had a zip tie on it or something at one point. But anyway, takes it over to the edge to dump it. So she turns it over to dump it. And what comes out is a solid brick of ash, because the moisture had just turned it hard, I guess, on the outside or whatever, right? And so it's just like this solid brick of ash. It falls, but it falls onto cars below us. And as soon as it hits these cars, it exploded like a powder bomb. And so down by the cars, there was all this ash. There was ash being taken off by the wind as we were, you know, going. And, you know, my mom was trying not to cry. I was trying not to laugh. It was just like this crazy moment. I was telling her, you know, hey, this way he'll be spread out throughout all the Puget Sound. But it was just a very like comedic thing. Like I don't think that if you were filming something or making up a show, you would be able to recreate just how funny this was. And I'm sure we've all had moments like that in our lives, right? But it really was one of those great moments.
And we're like not laughing to be disrespectful. It was truly funny. I think your mom even laughs about it
Oh,
today.
she totally does. And so it's kind of one of those things. I think that
It was a core memory.
yeah, for sure, it was a core memory.
But now I love riding on ferries, and I don't necessarily ever want to do a cruise. Like, I have no desire to do a cruise. That's a big kind of, I wouldn't say fight, but that's like a big thing between me and John, because John really wants to cruise. Anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed our little patio fireside chat. It's after work. We're both gonna have a beverage. I actually never drink during the week. Actually, I'm not a big drinker, but I am celebrating that John's home and that he's home safely. We're so excited about that. And this is a local brewery. They're actually up in Hood River. Well, they have a tasting room. I don't know where they're from exactly, but they're called Kings and Daughters. Love their IPAs, and John's drinking one of their beers. How did you like it?
Oh, I think it's really good.
What's the name of yours?
It actually says it's brewed and canned by Kings and Daughters, Portland, Oregon.
Okay, so Portland, which basically that's where we're at.
Yeah, but we only know them in whatever that place is called, Hood River.
Yeah. And
Natural
they sell 'em-
Symmetry is this one.
Okay, and they sell them in New Seasons. This is a collaboration with Trapdoor Brewing. It is a New England style IPA, which John says I tend to like those a little bit better. So anyway, we're gonna enjoy a beverage. Enjoy our little fire there. Hope you guys are well, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.